What's up, guys? Welcome back. So, guys, we have a replay. We're going up against Yummy, and now this replay, I definitely feel you guys are going to enjoy this. So, yeah, I do have uh, a couple of Yummy videos that will be released this week. So, yeah, don't worry, guys. You're going to see exactly how Pure Branded can do against Yummy. I know you guys are also, some of you are asking me whether I'm going to, still try out Dragoon Branded. Listen, I will find some time to go over that. Hopefully, find a deck list that I personally am happy with, do a couple of duels, see how it goes, and if I do find something worth showing you guys, I definitely will share it with y'all. But we are here still with Pure Branded, and yeah, let's see how we do. We are playing 60 card. I do personally want to say is that playing 60 is not the way to go. I think if we can try cut it down, reduce the deck count so that we can actually see your let me say board breakers like Dark Ruler no more, Super Poly, anything else. We definitely do want to see that, because honestly, there is right now all the decks that are people are playing, they do so much. Okay, so we really need to see certain cards in order to actually play through all these different boards that we will have to deal with. But yeah, so let's just see how we do here. So we open Cartesia, Spirits, Mercuria, Super Poly, and Luba. Opponent opens Metatronus, Imperm, Dark Rule no more, Go To Lobs, and Engage. Now this is not the Yummy Plays deck list is definitely not your standard Yummy deck profile, but kind of works. Dark Rule no more, totally understandable. You have Metatronus, I guess this might be for the mirror. Black Ghost Loves, I guess, yeah, because you do discard off that one synchro monster, so yeah, that's pretty understandable. But yeah, the fact that with it, when it comes to Yummy decklist, you just need your starters, and you can fill it in the rest of the deck with whatever you want, honestly. So yeah, anyways, let's see how we do here. So we are going first here. Starts off with High Spirits, sending the Mercuria Renbrim to add Albion. Now the reason why we do this is because we want to put Albaz in the graveyard so that we can special summon Cartesia. Join to Grass, pretty good draw for us here. So we summon Cartesia, no Charmies here, so normal summon a Luba. Effect here will search for Brand Infusion. Now here I decide to go Grass first to force out the Ash Blossom. So because we have two, I was thinking, okay, I don't want Brand Infusion to get ashed, because in case this gets ashed, we use Grass. If we don't mill good of Grass, we are not in a good position. So I decide, okay, let's go with Grass. No response here, so we end up milling, I think, close to 20 cards. But yeah, you definitely see there, guys, what we mill here. So we mill the Tragedy, Chiron is there. I am playing the Dark Magician, and I will say, guys, I did attend recently an OTS, and I must say, opening Magician and also just playing with Dragoon, honestly, Dragoon is so powerful. Sure, the card itself is strong, but in this format, oh my word, that card is absolutely busted. So yeah, this is what we mill, guys. We got the openings regained. Unfortunately, lost and regained are in the graveyard now. No retribution here, but Tragedy, Chiron are here. So on res, I do decide, I think I just go Chiron. Okay, no, I also use Tragedy here. The reason why I use Tragedy effect is because if Brand Fusion resolves, we need a discard. And with Chiron here, I decide to shuffle back itself and Albaz. And here we go into Lubellion, and Lubellion, discard, and we don't go to Merjade, instead we go straight into Dragoon. Yeah, Dragoon, level 8 Fusion, so that's our Omni Negate. Fusion, no Ashes, so we're still going to resolve. So we send Albion, and then yeah, here we're going to, I don't know if we go full combo, I think we still do. Yeah, I go straight into Merjade, yeah, banishing the Albion Shrouded and the Rinbrim. But no response here, so we're going to set up the Lubellion. Obviously no target for Lubellion to place. Cartesia and Aluba to go into Grand Gogno. With Grand Gogno, we do send the Titany Clad. I decide not to set the Imperm, because Super Polys, because I needed the discard for Dragoon in case my opponent had Nibiru. So that's why I didn't end up having the setting the Super Poly. But yeah, end phase, Albion set the banishment, and then Titany Clad will summon Quem. Quem here is gonna Foolish Burial, Retribution, High Spirits to add itself. Whoa, this was a misplay. This was not allowed, but it's fine. My opponent did catch that. Cartesia, add itself to hand, and yeah, that is pretty much it. So we have the banishments, to summon Lad, or Philia Regis, or I guess even what's his name, Chaos Star Source. Retribution engraved, just so that we can add a card back in the grave, because we already have Albaz. All three Albazes are in the grave in this situation, but don't worry, we just do fine with all 3 engrave. Opponent draws for turn, he draws a starter, lollipop. Honestly, you see, this is what the yummy deck is. You can fill up the rest of your hand with non-engine, and all you need is just 1 starter, literally. So, opponent goes to main phase, hits us with Dark Ruler. So luckily I didn't use banishments early there, so that's fine. Get hit with Dark Ruler, okay, everything's negated, but let's see how we continue. Engage here is going to search for Hornet drones. Drone here, okay, summon the token, then he's going to link off, yeah, no response here, link off into the Kagari, which will add back the engage, sorry, the Hornet drones, and I just trigger Quem, because even though I know it's negated, just to see maybe my opponent might, like, you know, activate something and forget, oh, it's already negated, you know, whatever. But moving on, gets the drone, and yeah, summons a token. And now here on res, I decide to take a chance, go banishments, and we're not going into Chaos Star Source. I actually decide to actually go into Lad, because he's most probably going to synchro summon and try to get the 1 synchro that adds the yummy monsters from deck to hand. So I decide, okay, let's just summon Lad here to deal with it. Opponent normal summons Lollipop to banish, which triggers Lad, the first effect. Then he synchros off into the Cookie Yummy way. This is the one that basically Book of Moons, which will force out the second negate of Lad. He then links off with the synchro into Snatchy, using the effect to set the field spell, and then we finally use the last effect of Lad here. So opponent then synchros off into the Cupsy, which will search him 2 yummy names, search for Cupsy Yummy and Cookie Yummy. And obviously Lad is negated here, but you know, it does trigger every time my opponent activates something. But yeah, discard Black Goat, normal summon the special summon Cupsy, search for Surprise, link off into the Snatchy, and then he activates Surprise, targeting our Dragoon and Merjade to bounce back these 2 names here. So yeah, that will definitely resolve. We also do chain Merjade here. Opponent then chains the Snatchy to Synchro. Cool, and then synchros off into Lollipop. Bounce our fusions. Lollipop effecture reborns the Cupsy and Lollipop, and here he synchros off into Meta Martian. Martian here, yeah, as we know, he is trying to go for the Herald, and then on Martian, I think on its summon, on the effect, I just activate Retribution so that we get Brand New Fusion in our grave before Herald. Then he's going to reborn the Cupsy and then special summon the Cookie from hand. And then synchros off into the Herald. And then here, I think he links off. How many links? Yeah, 2. Okay, no, I don't think he links off here. He sets the Imperm and the Metatronus. Goes to end phase. Now, we go High Spirits effect, to which our opponent changed Lollipop to reborn the Snatchy and Cookie. So High Spirits is added to hand. Cookie here is going to... attempt to destroy. So this Quem gets destroyed. Anyways, so what's happening here now is that I'm just showing my opponent I'm chain blocking here. Chain link 1, Albion chain link to Lad, because I didn't waste triggering Lad for every effect my opponent was doing during his turn. But anyways, with Albion we add Brand in red. Draw for turn with your Brand right. So now we have like 4 fusion spells in our hand. So yeah, let's see what we do here. So go to main phase. Now here's the thing. My opponent does have Herald of the Abyss, but with Lad here, Lad is going to prevent Herald from negating our effects here. So, we start with a Tragedy. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 Lad. Opponent then goes Chainlink 3, the Cupsy, reborn the Cookie, and another copy of the Link. And then reset Regained, because we need to get our recycling there in play. Opponent then goes Snatchy effect, which sets up the Acro Q. And then I think, he doesn't do anything on res, so we activate Regained, which we just chain the Lad, which doesn't negate. Cool. Anyways, we then go Brandon White. Lucky for us, Lad it's mandatory. This will negate Lad before Herald actually gets a chance to do that. So yeah, here my opponent goes Herald, thinking that he's going to negate Brandon White, but he makes that misplay there. So yeah, we resolve our Brandon Whites here. And also what happens is, because technically Herald is trying to negate and destroy Lad here, we protect our fusion. The reason why I protect my fusion is because I want to hold on to this Lad mandatory trigger here, so that it forces our opponent, not forces, it plays around our opponent's hand traps and, negates like Herald. So yeah, so we protect our fusion by banishing opening. And then here I explained to my opponent what exactly was happening, because I was chain blocking myself with Lad here. So going to Rebellion 1, and then we go regained, well, Mercuria 2, then regained 3. And but yeah, our opponent then just ends up scooping there because honestly, I guess he didn't want to sit through it. So yeah, but the whole point is in that game number 1, we were really using Lad there and abusing it, prevent chain blocking our opponent from negating our spells with Herald, and yeah, it was pretty funny there in the duel. So we go to game number 2 here. So we have Serenia, Super Poly, Deployment, Quem, and Albaz. Opponent has Droplets, Imperm, Obedience, Yummy, and Acro Key. So he's going first. Starts with Obedience, summons the Cupsy, Cookie, and the Lollipop here. Links into Snatchy, which will get the field spell. Minion Reborn, and then Cupsy will get a Searcher. Searcher, this Army player is playing 3 copies of Surprise actually, which honestly, which I totally understand. Surprise, pretty good spell for Yummy, so I don't think they should only play 1, but yeah, so just for second copy. Goes off into the Cupsy, which will get him 2 names. So search for another Cupsy and another Lollipop. And then here I think, discards the field spell. Links off into the Snatchy. Synchros into Lollipop. And then Lollipop reborn 2 names. Cupsy Yummy Way and Lollipop Yummy. Synchro off into Margin. So yeah, he is going to get his Herald here. Sorry. There he was locked into the Beast Monster. So he can't go into Margin there. So moving on, he then synchros off into the Star Ham, discard, reborn the Link, and then here, he reborns Lollipop instead. Special summon Cupsy from hand, link off into Snatchy, and then sets 4 in the back row, which honestly scared me, even though one of them is Surprise. But yeah, 2 Surprise. I'm not sure. Maybe he should have left 1 in hand. Yeah, but Imperm, Surprise, Droplet. And and quite a number of Yummy names in the grave. Passes turn and we draw Grass. Pretty good draw for us. We don't use Super Poly yet. We go to main phase. First starts off with Grass, to which our opponent is going to change Snatch away. Here I had a feeling my opponent was going to go into Herald with this effect. So I decide, okay, we need to get rid of the high level synchro, so it's not possible for him to go into Herald. So we use the Star Ham and the Yummy Way, to which our opponent obviously can't respond with this. So going to Garura, lucky for us, so he has to go into another basically a level 2 synchro. And here we are going to mull quite a number of cards. I think we mull about 20 more or less here. But 28 now. So on, as you can see in what we mull here, we did mull. Okay, we discarded this off Super Poly, but Dark Magician is there, Shiren got mulled, Tragedy, Albion, Lost, Brandon Red, Retribution as well in the grave. So yeah, this was a pretty good mull for us. On a new chain, we do go Chainlink 1 Shiren and then Chainlink 2 Serenia. We don't use Tragedy, I believe. We don't use Tragedy because we want to reset a Lost there as well. Opponent then goes Chainlink 3 the Cookie to Reborn, a Lollipop and Snatchy. We mull Branded Opening of Serenia, Shiren and Cortesia, Fusion back, and we go into the Grand Gugno. Grand Gugno 1, Snatchy 2, and Lollipop 3, which will target the Retribution. Then Chainlink for Retribution to add back Branded in white, because we have Albaz in hand, and we kind of want to bring out Dark Magician pretty early. Opponent uses, he realized here he can't use Snatchy effective because the field spell is in the graveyard, so can't use Snatchy there, so it's just going to be the Lollipop basically. Moving on, Grand Gugno here is going to send us Shrouded. We just send an extra Shrouded here, so we have basically another pseudo Albaz in the grave. Opponent then on res goes the Surprise to Reborn. Reborns the Lollipop. Then go Tragedy Effecture, targeting Brand Lost. Opponent changes Lollipop Yummy Way to tag out, so it summons the Cupsy and the Cookie Yummy. And then we set Lost. Opponent then goes Cookie, using the effect to destroy. And then I think here, we allow that to be destroyed. We don't protect it. Then our opponent here does nothing on res, so we activate Lost. Totally fine. Then we go Brand White, and opponent has no response here. So banish Albion and Dark Magician to go into Dragoon. I must say, Lost also had Cortesia, but I must say, summoning Dragoon has not been a problem for me. I've had it's been pretty easy for me to summon Dragoon, and I must say, Dragoon, guys, listen, Lad and Dragoon is literally all you need to abuse Yummy. So moving on, yeah, non-targetable, cannot be destroyed by card effects, and yeah, Omni negate there. We then go Cartesia to summon from hand. Normal summon Quem Effecture. We then resolve, sending Albion. Go Cartesia, opponent chains the Imperm. We don't negate this, yeah, we don't negate it with Dragoon. There, I forgot I normal summoned Albaz, but it's fine. We're just going to go deployment here. So Titan, summon Albaz, and then we're going to go Albaz Effecture, to which our opponent is going to go Cup Seaway Effect. Opponent, whoa, wait a minute. Activate one of the effects, but you can only use each effect. Okay, so it's not a once per turn, right? But you can only use one effect. Yeah, activate one effect, but you can only use each effect. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's not like a hard once per turn. You can use however number, but only one effect per turn. So opponent then goes the surprise to bounce back the Albaz and the Quem, and then yeah, so basically it's Albaz, then he went the Cupsy Yummy way, then went surprise to bounce Albaz and Quem, and now he's going Snatchy to Synchro. Okay, Synchros into the Cookie, so bounces back Albaz and Quem, so Albaz doesn't resolve, and then I think what happened here. Oh yeah, he went the Cupsy to Reborn, Snatchy, and Lollipop. On a new chain, we go Grand Gugno 1. Opponent goes Chainlink to Cookie to flip our monsters face down. But yeah, okay, it was a bit weird for me. What happened here was, like, he used so many synchro effects were happening, so I wasn't sure if he already used synchro tag out effects, whatever. But anyways, Chainlink 1 Grand Gugno, Chainlink 2 Cookie. I then go Chainlink 3 Grand Gugno, Dragoon, attempting to just stop them from flipping our monsters face down. Opponent has Droplet there. Okay, so that gets negated, resolves, and then with Grand Gugno summon Creditus. Remember here, he does have his field spell, so these so far are boosted by 1, 2, 3, 1,500. But now Creditus here, first we go Shrouded effect, Shrouded, send High Spirits, then go Creditus effect. I didn't use Shrouded there, right? Yeah, I think this is the first time using Shrouded. Okay, cool, Gucci. Go Creditus in the end of main, so all of these are 0. Enter battle phase. Now here, if you see our opponent's graveyard, he does have all 3 links in the graveyard, so I decided, you know what, let's get rid of the Synchro as well as the link monster. Oh, actually no, yeah, get rid of this, because there's no point getting rid of the Synchro because he has the field spell engraved. So yeah, we do something. Opponent then in the battle phase does declare the Snatchy to Synchro, goes into Lollipop here is going to reborn Cookie and both Cookies basically. And yeah, I was just checking log there, so that was valid there. Main phase 2, we go to end phase, nothing for us to do. High Spirits add to hand, and yeah, no Cartesia, I think. Yeah, no Cartesia there. So yeah, now here's the thing, opponent does have the field spell, but yeah, actually I'm quite surprised. How did we survive this? Let's see. Draws into Cookie, uses the field spell to reborn. Oh wait, can he? If you control, yeah, he doesn't have a link monster, so he can't do it yet. So he goes to field spell effect. Now here, I decide to go Dragoon effect, preventing him from being able to shuffle back his links back into the extra deck. Opponent then changed Cookie Yamiway to reborn the Cupsy and Snatchy. This wasn't supposed to be increased. Oh yeah, sorry, this is the indication that I already used the effect here. Anyways, Cupsy search for the 3rd copy of Surprise. And then he enters battle phase. I decide not to do it. I decide not to use Creditus in case he would, I don't know, surprise is there, he just bounces back, reborns, increases his monster's attack even further. So I decide, let him just enter battle phase. So yeah, his monsters are boosted by 1, 2, 3, 2,000 attack. So here we are going to take, I think 100, yeah, take 100, 500, my bad. And then we just, on destruction of the Creditus, we're going to trigger a Luba, target Snatchy to negate, but just putting a body on the field. Attacks into Cartesia, attacks into the Luba, and then he also decides to attack into Garura, which was interesting. But yeah, Garura effecture, get a draw, we draw a Dark Ruler. Opponent, I think that was a normal summon of Cookie or special summon, who knows. Then synchro off into Cupsy. Cupsy will search for 2 names, so search for another Cupsy and another Lollipop. But yeah, we sort of have Dragoon. Then goes Lollipop here. He attempts to banish Cartesia. Oh wait, yeah, no, sorry. Shuffle into the deck, not banish there. Then synchro off into Metal Martian again. Martian effecture. So I'm not sure. Yeah, he is definitely went for Herald here. But I'm not sure if that was actually a good play here, because we do have Dragoon. and I don't know how he's going to out this, but then goes off into SP banish lost, set Yummy surprise and pass. So end phase we're going to get high spirits, to which our opponent changes Lollipop, summons Cupsy Yummy way, and then he will summon Cupsy, and then Cupsy effect will draw into Cookie. So no hand trap there. So we draw for turn, we draw 4 loss. But yeah, all we have is Dragoon right now. And do we have another copy of Retribution? I'm not sure. Maybe we do. But yeah. So here I go Dragoon first. Target Herald to destroy. Opponent changed the Herald, which yeah, I guess he doesn't make us reduce attack. But yeah, Dragoon cannot be destroyed by card effects. So that's fine. We get rid of Herald at least. Albion effect here. On Albion effect. Wait, what's happening here? Oh yeah, I just sent high spirits for cost of Albion. Opponent then changed the, I think he's chaining the Cupsy Yummy way, and then reborns a Snatchy and a Lollipop. Lollipop here is going to target Owlbear's Engrave to banish, so this resolves. Cool. We don't negate it with Dragoon just yet. And then we go high spirits, send Forloss and Rinbrim to search for Cartesia. Then we go battle phase. I first get rid of SP there. In battle phase, opponent uses Snatchy, Synchros into the Lollipop. So he's gonna reborn 2 names. Still attack into SP. And then we go normal summon Cartesia, Effecture, Fusion, going to Albion. Albion 1, and then Lollipop 2. So this resolves. We don't negate with Dragoon just yet, because I knew for a fact we know he has surprise, so I need to deal with surprise there. Banish going to Philia Regis, and here this is where we win. Philia Regis on summon, use the effect. Yeah, we're on main phase 2, so it's fine. Target the field spell to banish, and then opponent. Oh yeah, sorry. I think my opponent had a trigger. It was Cookie. Then we went Philia Regis, channeling 2, target the field spell to banish, and then we just need to bounce back to Dragon itself. Opponent then goes surprise here, attempting to bounce back. Or is he? What is he trying to do? I think he's using the field spell effect. Might be wrong, but yeah. Using the field spell to whatever effect he's using. We saved the Dragoon now, so we're going to use this to negate, destroy, gains 4,000 attack there, and we banish the field spell. So boom, we are here winning the game. End phase. Hold up. Oh yeah, Rinbrim into grave. Sorry. Cartesia add to hand, and yeah, we at least have a negate here. But my opponent has no way to out this Dragoon. He goes into Lollipop just to reborn some bodies here, and yeah, nothing in his extra deck to out this. Then goes the field spell effect, to which I allow to resolve, because yeah, we don't care about that field spell. It's only Mignon, whatever. This is banished, so yeah, opponent is definitely not gonna find a way to out Dragoon here. And yeah, just does a bunch of stuff here. Sets the Acro Q, goes into Cookie, goes into Cupsy. We draw for turn, deployment, but we go straight into battle phase, deal some damage there. And then, yeah, he was just doing some calculations there. Anyways, main phase 2, we go Dragoon, target the Lollipop to destroy and burn. Opponent then goes the Cookie Yummy way to reborn Lollipop and Cupsy. And then, yeah, chain links, whatever there, to banish and draw. He's attempting to banish our Abaz, but then, yeah, he's supposed to take 600 as well. I think it's on, which one is it? Yeah, on Lollipop to banish, I decide to use Dragoon to negate and destroy. So yeah, we get that. Opponent Dragoon gets boosted by 2000 attack now. He draws into Kobai. Reborns 2 names there. So yeah, quite a lot is happening here, but you can see my opponent has no out to this. Even though he is main decking Droplet, he's not drawing to Droplet right now. So yeah, he doesn't have the out yet to deal with this. He then goes off into the Kiki, Nagashi, Fuchu. So yeah, overlays into that, sets a Cookie, sets Kobai and Imperm. Go to end phase. We draw into Dark Ruler no more. So here I decide to enter battle phase. No point targeting this, because yeah, it can basically be it's basically unaffected, and then cannot be destroyed by battle and take no damage basically. So yeah, we're just gonna clear the rest of the board. Attack into Synchro, Dragoon, target the Cookie to pop, so he takes damage there. Did he take that 600 damage? Okay, maybe he didn't, I don't know. But anyways, moving on. Post turn, opponent finally draws into Droplet. However, all 3 links are in the grave, so he doesn't have a way to synchro summon basically. Normal summon Cupsy search for Cookie, and then yeah, so unfortunately, because of all 3 links on the grave, he has no way of getting over Dragoon. Then, yeah, he activates the Fuchu, which resolves totally fine. He then uses Kobai, target Rinbrim, which I allow it to resolve, sets a droplet and passes. Draw for turn, redraw Shrouded. Enter battle phase. Opponent then uses droplet here. Okay, so now we can only attack into the Xyz. Attack the Xyz, yeah, because now it has nothing. So I don't know. My opponent, he was using Fuchu and Kobai just to force out Dragoon, but that didn't help. Yeah, I didn't bother using it. Dragoon now will go back to 3000 attack by the end of this turn. Past turn, opponent draws into D barrier, which is funny. But yeah, he's just basically going to set this. He has nothing better to protect himself. Set cookie pass. We're just going to use Dragoon, pop this. If we change D barrier, we're just going to change Dragoon to negate and then attack directly for game. So yeah, literally Dragoon and Lad put in quite a bit of work, bullying our opponent. Well, Lad was funny, just chain blocking our opponent. Felia, Regis banishing the field spell for the auto win there. And yeah, Dragoon. I'm telling you guys, Dragoon is absolutely powerful here in this format. Pretty powerful fusion nonetheless, but yes, this card is insane. So yeah, guys, that was the duel here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.